Hello guys, what is up? Here is your cheat sheet for Attack on Titan Season 1, based on the anime series Shingeki no Kyojin. If you haven't seen the show yet, spoiler alert is in order. Once upon a time in a land far away, mankind as we know it lives in an enclosed area like sheep, surrounded by a 50-meter wall as tall as Cinderella's castle in Disney World. It is said it was built over 100 years ago when humans was on the brink of extinction because of these creatures called Titans, which has a weird appetite for human beings. Three areas were segregated by three different walls. The first wall, the outermost, is called Maria. 100 kilometers from that is Rosewall, and 100-ish kilometer inward is Sina. And from that to the center is 250 kilometers, which in total is roughly the same size as the country of Chile. There are enclosed towns or districts projecting from the main walls, 4 in each main wall located in 4 different cardinal points in a compass. In these areas, there is also an opening for entrance or exit on the main walls itself. It is designed to be like that in order to bait the Titans. As it turns out, Titans are attracted to where there is high concentration of people, thereby reducing the cost and manpower required for defense. And just like the real world, economic inequality exists here. They can easily be identified based on your zip code. As you can see, the center is rich in water, minerals, natural gas, and other resources. So naturally, human activity is concentrated near the center. So in short, the farther you are from the center, the poorer you are in life. That is why the center is such an exclusive society that there are only about 200,000 people living here, and they are primarily from the royal court and their associates. One way for ordinary people to get this special citizenship is by doing really good in the garrison or Recon Corps, or being top 10 in the cadet training would give you an opportunity for a spot in the military police there. They have a central government, they collect taxes, they have a king and a cult, a religious sect called the Church of Walls that got squished in the end, but you know they are there to worship the walls and they consider Maria, Rose, and Sina as goddesses. They get particularly touchy if you touch the walls, and doesn't really care about separation of a church and state, intervenes in court proceedings, and you can easily spot them in the wild by these excessive loud decorative things on their necks. In this society, they have 3 institutions or forces tasked for the peace, order, and security, and they are the garrison, in which they are tasked in defending the walls and cities against the Titans. Second is the Recon Corps, where they fight the Titans in their own territory, meaning they go beyond the wall and study the Titans in order to defeat them. The military police, they serve the king by controlling the crowds and protecting order, which is unfortunately rotten to its core, plagued by corruption and bribery.
官給品の横領は犯罪です。それで
It is said that the Titans emerged 107 years ago, and there is no historical record of their origin, and the main thing they know is that they are dumb as There is no way for communicating with them, no sexual organs, vocal organs, and how they reproduce still remains a mystery. Oddly enough though, they resemble human male species, but we all know the first sight of the Titan with female parts, boobs, was the Anti-Titan. Titans are hot, their bodies exhibit extremely high temperature, and animals are not part of their diet, which means they only have their sights on humans. But ever since the wall was built and for a century of no humans outside the wall, they continue to survive and reproduce, so therefore they don't really eat to survive, they just eat to kill, to annihilate. They can stop eating humans, and since they don't have any digestive organs, they just hurl and throw up this furball thing made of human body parts once they are full. In the experiments they have conducted, the Titans are less active at night, or if you deny sunlight to them, they're like vampires. Well, reverse vampires?
いい天気だね。お腹空いた?
They don't really need food, water, air. All they need is sunlight to stay alive. Their bodies are light. Normally with such huge bodies, they shouldn't be able to stand or even walk on 2 legs. If you cut off a body part like an arm or a thumb, they are lighter than they should have been for the size. There are different kinds of Titans. Titans based on height, Titans who are normally dumb, Titans who are abnormal, such as the jumping ones, race-walking ones, the crazy Phoebe running Titans, and those Titans that can change into humans. Killing them is kinda tricky. They can regenerate and heal real quick, and you have to slice and dice this particular area in the nape for you to effectively kill one. The year is 845. In the poor provincial town of Shiganshima, our three heroes live. Eren Yeager, whose name is very German, is eager to join the Recon Corps, even though there is a great possibility that he may come back dead or worse, just unarmed. Armin Arlert, who is physically a weakling but highly intelligent, daydreams of going outside the wall and see the desert and the ocean. And finally, Mikasa Ackerman, who may or may not have a thing for Eren, and which by the way was adopted by Eren's father after her parents were killed by some traffickers. Sidebar, as it turns out, they only wanted to abduct Mikasa's mother because apparently being a pure Oriental carries with it a high price in the black market, but because her mother went berserk to protect Mikasa, she got killed instead, so they opted to take her being half Oriental as a consolation prize. Dr. Yeager and Eren arrive in the crime scene where Eren snapped and went Liam Neeson, found and killed the trafficker, saved Mikasa, but as it turns out, Mikasa has some superior killing instincts as well, where she successfully killed one of the traffickers who was strangling the air out of Eren. Going back to Shiganshina, on a fine sunny day, a big-ass titan appeared out of nowhere, which later on they called him as the Colossal Titan, and who by the way decided not to put some skin on and is distinctively very hot, like steaming hot. He kicked a hole into the wall where flying pieces of the wall destroyed houses and squished people, and baby titans came rushing in from the hole ready to feast on the human buffet. Eren's house was destroyed by a big rock. Mrs. Yeager got stuck under the rubble, she got eaten, he was devastated, and Daddy was nowhere to be found. And as Maria was all ready to be placed on lockdown, another titan suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Usain bolted his ass to the entrance of the wall and breached a hole. As a result, the citizens of Wall Marie evacuated to the Rose Wall. With 1/5 of the total population evacuating, it wasn't such a surprise that strife between the citizens was widespread, and of course, there was food shortages. That was why, a year later, the central government ordered the refugees to participate in a campaign to retake the Maria Wall, which was code for "We don't have food for you, so please leave and die." 200,000 people participated, including the parents of Armin, and of which only 100 people came back. The year is 848. Eren, Armin, and Mikasa are now members of the 104th Cadet Corps, where their instructor Keith Charles, who clearly suffers from anger management issues, will train them how to fight the Titans, protect the wall, and the king. They vigorously train in order to master the omnidirectional mobility gear. The gear fires small grappling hooks on wire, and there's bugs on the sides where they can get refills of their blades that become dull, because apparently killing titans can get the blades real dull quick. On top of it, there's a gas canister which supplies gas to a fan mechanism that propels you and allows the user to swing like Spider-Man so he can slice like a crazy samurai. For a couple of years they train. Some train hard just so they'll reach the top 10 in the class, because only them has the opportunity to join the military police brigade and live in the comfort and safety of the Sina Wall. Others like Eren just wanted to become skillful so that he can kill as much titans as he wants. Before their graduation, where they will decide which force they want to join in, they were in the fine district of Trust doing their thing when suddenly the Colossal Titan appeared, and just like what happened in Shiganshina, he kicked a hole into the wall, then disappeared, and here come the mindless Titans. While they were trying to defend Trust and Eren was so pumped up to kill some Titans, he got bitten. Armin was so in shock that he can't fight or even move, and as Armin was about to be eaten, Eren came to the rescue and got eaten whole instead. While everybody was trying to stay alive, Mikasa on the other hand has gone suicidal for the death of Eren. She was brought down to a corner because his gear stopped working and unable to escape from a titan ready to eat her. Mikasa was like, what is the purpose of life? Eren is not here anymore. You jump, I jump, right? And then another titan who looks like Steven Tyler came to her defense, which we all know is Eren. Armin, being brilliant theoretician that he is, lured Eren Titan to save them and have him kill the other Titans. As when he was overwhelmed and exhausted, the other mindless Titans overpowered him, devoured him, and that was when they noticed Eren emerge from the back of the dead Titan. They initially wanted to keep it a secret, but you know, gossip is like wildfire. So when they reached the other side of the wall, they were surprised to be greeted by an army ready to blow them to smithereens. Despite the explanation of Armin, they still wanted to blow them away. So Eren, by self-inflicting a wound on his hand, turned into a half-baked titan and stopped the cannonball with his hands. This is where the commander-in-chief of the defense of the Southern Territories arrived, Commander Pixies, and wanted to use the power of Eren to their advantage by using his strength to carry a ginormous rock to plug the hole. And Eren was like, sure, why not? Eren transformed into a titan, but he can't control it because he was still a noob. So Armin came in, bitch stabbed him to his senses, which worked, and Eren carried the rock on his shoulders and blocked the hole successfully. Eren was out of juice, and just arriving the exact moment to be awesome, Levi sliced through the titan wings of freedom style. Eren woke up lying in a bed, on chains, behind bars, with guards outside in a dungeon. Apparently he is in custody of the military police, waiting trial to decide what will become of him. A special court-martial was to be convened led by this guy, the Supreme Commander Dallas Zackley, the man who is in charge of all three forces. The Recon Corps wanted Eren to be its formal member so they can use Eren's powers to their advantage, recapture the wall, and win against the fight against the Titans. On the other hand, the military police wanted Eren dead because of the rumors circulating that a Titan sided with the citizens of the wall rose, and the people of Sino Wall were worried that they would rebel. And with the current food shortages and everything, they just wanted him dead. They don't want their pretty little perfect lives on the Upper Side to be ruined, selfish bastards. And for everybody, they were just scared that the human being has the ability to change into a Titan, and they just wanted to know the truth. There was a whole lot of drama in the courtroom, and Levi was like, do you want a truth? You can't handle the truth. In the end, the Recon Corps got custody of Eren. Eren also practiced transforming into a Titan. The eccentric Major Hanji Zoe, who has this obsession with all things Titan, observed that self-injury isn't the only trigger. He needs a goal as well, just like in life. Now they are preparing for an expedition outside the wall. The press conference was that they were going to the basement of Eren's dad, Dr. Jaeger, because of Eren's memory that got triggered by recent events. That has something to do with a room key that Eren has been wearing around his neck, which he never really bothered to question why he was wearing it for years and years only up to now, and how that one relates to a basement in their house kept by his dad that has something to do about the secret behind the Titans and the ability of Eren to change into a Titan at will. But we all know Captain Smith has a different plan, and we all know that was to capture a different Titan, like Eren. Because he suspected all along that if Eren is able to transform into Titan mode, there's a possibility that there are others who can do so as well, and has already infiltrated the system. Their jump-off point is the eastern district of Caronese, because they can't exit through Tross because of the giant boulder Eren plugged the hole with. From there, they proceeded to Shiganshina, to Dr. Jaeger's basement, by using this sophisticated positioning and signaling system where they can avoid Titans. On their way there, Annie Titan appeared. To them, this was the first time to see this abnormal Titan that has female parts, boobs. She was very vicious and athletic and just wants to kill and not eat humans. She almost killed Rainer and Armin, and then finally Armin deduced based on her actuations that she was indeed after Eren. The portion of the group where Eren and Levi has reached the giant trees, and noticed that they were being chased by the Annie Titan. There was a lot of running, and then boom, she got trapped. Even though she was trapped, she continued to be very problematic. She can solidify specific parts of the body, and she kept on protecting that portion of the body where the cockpit is and controlling the Titan. All of a sudden, she bellowed this odd, creepy sound, which was kind of weird because they thought Titans have no vocal organs. The other mindless Titans started to arrive and began to eat her. Annie used the other Titans to eat her Titan body so she can escape disguised as a Recon Corps and pretended to be Captain Levi. She signaled to meet his team because she knew Eren was with them. Once she caught up with them, she transformed into a Titan then again. But the Team Levi was so awesome they poked her eyes out. But they kind of failed to predict that Annie Titan can prioritize regeneration. She prioritized regeneration of just one eye so she can see them and kill them one by one by one. Eren got so mad he changed into a Titan and fight ensued versus the Annie Titan. Eren's head got sliced off, Annie bit some skin, exposed Eren and took Eren. Mikasa and Levi came to the rescue. Levi slices his way like Sonic the Hedgehog and they were able to save Eren and retreated back to the wall and called it a day. When they came back, they got a message that they were being summoned by the king. They arrived in the eastern city of Stohes in Walsina, but we all know Captain Erwin has some underlying devious plan in the woodwork. There was great evidence to point that Annie was the female Titan. Even Eren has a strong suspicion that it was Annie as well because of the fighting and combat moves of the female Titan is oddly similar to that of Annie, but he was on denial. So in Stohes, their plan was to get Annie underground, but it failed miserably. Annie transformed into a Titan, Eren then transformed, and they fought to the death. Eren was finally winning, Annie lost, and she wrapped herself into an unbreakable crystal cocoon, and she was placed in the custody of the Recon Corps. The end. And oh, in the end credits, it showed a subdued Titan inside a wall who is clearly high on CBD. That ends our cheat sheet for Attack of Titans Season 1. Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time.